Hello and welcome back to another episode of Digital Road Trip. My name is Wizzy0, you can also call me Wizzy, and today we are continuing our journey towards Fayettville, North Carolina. Now when we last left off, we left off right on this other road here, just more so for the view, for the thumbnail. But I know we were on this road before, State Route 20, or 40 rather, in Union Hall, Virginia. Now we're heading east right now, and eventually we'll be heading back south. I think that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to go east for now, until I found like a major, like state route, or either that US route that went north-south. So I think that's what we were doing last time. But yeah, anyways, normally I would be streaming this on Twitch, but yesterday, I'm sure, well, if you haven't seen, I posted a video. Well, it's actually the 200th episode of GeoGuessr. I posted that yesterday, and so the Twitch stream was basically just for the 200th episode of GeoGuessr. It was a special, and of course, the video itself ended up being 100 an hour 41 minutes. So it took up basically, well, it took up the entire, obviously, stream. I figured the stream would have been gone on too long if I had, I mean, I could have done it if I really wanted to. But like I said, with it being the 200th special episode of GeoGuessr, I decided to have the stream dedicated just for that. So that's why there was no digital road trip as part of the stream, but of course, we are still having the digital road trip, as you could already tell, because that's what you're watching right now. I mean, yeah. Anyways, normally I would stream this on Twitch, and next week's stream will go back to normal. I will have just the GeoGuessr digital road trip, and possibly a bonus GeoGuessr. It depends on how long the stream ends up going on for. But yeah, I will have a link to the Twitch channel down in the description below, so you can check that out. And I do actually stream a little bit earlier now than what I did before, because before I started streaming at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, but now I had moved it up to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to catch my stream, like I said, check out my Twitch channel down in the description below. And like I said, I stream on Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so if you want to watch me next time too, so, or on this coming Tuesday, I guess. I don't know what I want to say. But yeah, anyways, still in Union Hall apparently. Now, of course, because we're still quite a ways away from Fayetteville, we're not gonna see any signs for anytime soon. I think I mentioned that last time as well. In fact, last time, I believe, was the first episode with Fayetteville being our destination. Because we started from our previous destination, which was Roanoke, Virginia. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, and we have Dollar General right there, so I mean, that seems to be their key areas. Which, I mean, is good, I guess. Especially if you live a ways away from, like, a town that has, like, a grocery store, stuff like that. Oh, excuse me. Because I know they do sell, like, grocery items in there. So like I said, if you live, like, half an hour away from the nearest grocery store, I mean, it's a good thing to have the Dollar General in the small town, because then you don't have to go as far to get your groceries. Although I know, like I said, granted, because they are small and it's not just groceries they have, I mean, they won't have everything you'll need. So, I mean, some of the stuff you'll need, you probably have to still go 30 minutes to an hour, depending on where you are, to get most of your groceries, but at least you can get some items like bread, cereal, milk, soda, those sorts of things, snacks, like chips. Okay, we're gonna keep going on 40 for now. Now, last time too, I was thinking of going to Charlotte, North Carolina before last time rather. I was thinking of having the destination as Charlotte, North Carolina at the Speedway there. But the reason why I didn't do that was because it was too close. Because I wanted the distances to be about the same for all the, between all the destinations. So that's why I chose Fayettville instead. But when I got looking at the map afterwards, just kind of like seeing where everything was, I did notice that that we will not be going through Charlotte, North Carolina, more than likely. Okay, what did these say? Same locations that we saw before. So, just saw a billboard for METV back there. And I always thought, since I live in Maine, I mean, the abbreviations for Maine is ME. So, I always thought that was just like a Maine TV station. I didn't realize until not too long ago that it's actually a national TV station, which I thought was interesting, because like I said, I always thought it was like a Maine station, but nope. Almost 8 minutes in on this recording right now. We've gone basically only, through 2 towns. Union Hall, where we started, now Pinhook. You know what, the direction we're heading in right now is actually a really good direction right now. I know I said right now twice, kind of condescending, I guess, but whatever. We're heading like east-southeast, which is good. You kind of need to head southeast anyways. More so south, I think, than east. But I mean, as of right now, like I said, this is a good direction to go in, so I may even wait to, if we find another state route or something that's going south, I might wait till we get a bit further. Maybe what I'll look for is I'll look for a national route, like a US route, instead of a state route, because I think before I was looking for either state or national. But I'm gonna go to the next national route that's going north-south. Like US 13 or 15 or something like that. Whichever one comes first. Even if it's like 415 or whatever. So we're in Sandy Level, another small town. That restaurant or store or whatever was kind of interesting. Because it was called Sans Home Cooking, and sans, I believe, means without. So it's without home cooking. What happened in this area? It's kind of interesting. It just, those look like all new trees, basically. Was there like a forest fire or something like that that came in through here or something? Or a tornado, perhaps? Although I feel like tornadoes probably don't occur very often in this area either, because of how hilly it is. I think it's usually when it's more flat. It's an interesting baseball diamond. Looks like it hasn't been used in quite a while. And it's like all lit up as well too, which is kind of interesting. So it looks like it hasn't been used in quite some time though. We're in Chatham now. Sandy Level wasn't very big, at least going this direction. Seems like some towns you're in them for quite a distance, and other towns it's you blink and you miss it. I know that's the case here in Maine as well. It's like there's one town not too far from here, or on one road, it's basically you're only in it for like just a few hundred feet. Maybe like 1,000, 1,500 feet or something like that. Or 2,000 at most. But it's not very far. And of course there's another one that we have here, which is the largest area size in the state. And you could probably spend a good 30, 45 minutes just going from one side to the other. Probably 30, I'm guessing, on still, it's a big town. Keep going straight. So we're gonna have the same. Actually, we lost one of them. I don't know what one we lost, but apparently it's 5 miles to Gretna, even though we're already in Gretna. Maybe that's like the town center or something like that, I'm assuming. Like I know on the interstate, they have, here in Maine anyways, they have the distance signs like that, like saying like, okay, 40 miles to Bangor or whatever. The first one you see, if you follow the mile markers along with it, you'll notice that the spot, or whatever, the distance changes throughout the signs. It's not consistent. So it could say like, okay, 96 miles to Bangor, while you're at like mile marker, we'll say 100. Actually, no, it would be, well, let's say you're at mile marker 100, and it says 84 miles to Bangor, for instance. So you would think when you get to mile marker 144, it would be 40 miles to Bangor. Instead, it will probably say like, okay, it's 41 miles to Bangor. It's like, okay, I thought you said it should have been 40. Just different locations, I guess, wherever they decide to base it on. I do find that kind of interesting, though. I know in southern Maine, they just recently put up those signs, those electronic digital signs that show you the time to a certain location. They put up a few of those down in southern Maine. I think, was it just last year? Maybe the year before, but it wasn't that long ago that they put those up. I think the first time I ever saw one of those was like in Massachusetts. But I remember quite a few years back ago we had like permanent electronic display signs installed. I think probably about 6-7 years ago. And we never had, up this way, we never had any of those before. They just used those construction ones. I mean, a lot of them, they still have the construction ones. But, and I know they start doing that too. Especially when you're getting towards Bangor, it will show like, okay, it's like 10 minutes to go 10 miles or something like that. Or actually, that would be like 10 minutes for like 9 miles, I think. Or to one of the exits, rather, like 10 minutes to one of the exits. But anyways. I'd say this is the center of Gretna. Got a Dairy Queen here. Not a whole lot else. Lynchburg, Danville, Gretna. US 29. So we're gonna take this. It's not an interstate. It is interstates like, but it's not an interstate. Oh, I feel like this probably wasn't a good idea, actually. If it's gonna be like this. Although, since it is a U.S. state route, it's not gonna stay like this for forever. If it's like this for a little ways, we'll hop off and go on to another road. But I would assume... In fact, yeah, it looks like it is going down to just a normal 2-lane road or whatever. Or actually, no, that was another on-ramp or whatever. Reduce speed ahead. Yeah, I'm assuming probably somewhere up here it's gonna go down to like a regular 2-lane road. Before we get into Chatham, I'd assume. Oh, I could be wrong. But we'll find out. See, if we were in like South Carolina or Georgia, even when they're in the middle of nowhere, like up here, there'd probably be a whole lot more for billboards. That's one thing I know down that way, they have a lot of them. I'm sure, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, Maine is one of 4 states that do not allow billboards. They're banned. It's Maine, Vermont, Hawaii, and Alaska. Those are the 4 states that ban billboards. It's like, I know Maine, I've read the law about it one time. In Maine, the only time you can basically have a billboard is if it's on your own property. But other than that, they're not allowed. And even, like I know some places you'll see like basically trucks that have like built-in billboards on them in like the back part. Those are illegal in Maine as well. If that's its sole purpose, that's illegal. Buses, on the other hand, they can have like advertisements on them because that's not the major primary service or purpose of the bus. You're transporting people, so those are okay. But if its primary purpose is to just advertise, that's illegal. At least here in Maine. I don't know about like Vermont and those other places, but although I did see one of those billboard trucks here in Bangor a year or 2 ago. I'm like thinking, I thought those were illegal. Probably came from out of state or something like that. But still. Working on that bridge there, it looks like. Crossing back over now. Agricultural complex. Is that like supposed to be like for farmers markets? Looks like there was a farmers market thing on there. Because I was gonna say, what is a agricultural sector? I'd never heard of such a thing. Business 29. You know what? We're gonna take it. Off we go to Business US 29. Now the question is, which way is it going? Because I didn't see any signs telling us which way it is. I'm gonna assume it's this direction, maybe? Yeah. Yeah. Because like I said, getting off that ramp, I didn't see any signs saying which way US 29 was. Or Business 29, rather. Figured this way we have more to see. As we're going through Chatham here. Chatham. However you pronounce it. What did that sign say? That was weird. Oh, it was for a bridge limit, or weight limit. Never mind. I thought it was for something else, I don't know what, but... Speed check by radar. So watch your speed, people. Although even then you should still watch your speed. I mean, it is called a speed limit after all. We're about 24, almost 25 minutes through the video here. Probably once we get through Chatham here, we'll see if we can find a good spot to stop. Okay, let's not do this, please. That would be fantastic. Thank you. I mean, you're still kind of doing it, aren't you? No, I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forwards. Only forward thinking here. Post office or something? Every time I get one of these towns, I almost kind of go back to, like, thinking, okay, I'm in GeoGuessr, I need to find out where I'm at, even though I don't need to do that. Oh, no, yesterday's, or when I did the live stream for yesterday's, GeoGuessr. If you haven't seen it already, go. I'll put a link down in the description below. $1.89 for gas. Nice. But anyways, it was kind of disappointing. But, you know, I'm not going to say too much. I'll just say that, well, I guess I shouldn't even say that. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen it already. Is that basically the center of town back? Actually, I think it was. Yeah, never mind. That makes sense. Whole bunch of businesses like that be the center of town. I'm okay. Let's go back to the nice camera. There we go. Really haven't had a whole lot to look at, seems like this episode. It's quite the house. Sure, that thing ain't cheap. Especially if you're paying a mortgage on it. Well, either way, I don't think it'd be cheap. So it looks like we're coming back up to 29 here. No longer on the business 29. What was that sign? Hillendale Stock Farm. Okay. Reedsville, North Carolina, 40 miles. Yeah, almost to the border then. At least 17 miles to the border, probably a little bit further than that. 17 miles was to the next town. Well, not necessarily the next town, but next major town, I guess. Shopping plaza. Parties. $1.89 for gas there too. Oh, excuse me. September 2016, that's when this was taken. Now $1.89, yes, at least here in Maine, is starting to head down that way. And then like the last week or two, it's dropped like 20 cents. Like I know gas stations I typically go to are Irving oil gas stations. And they have a rewards card that if you have like your bank accounts linked up to it, you can use it to purchase the fuel with that instead. It's called the Irving Debit Pay. And every time you use that, you get 6 cents off per gallon. And for every 50 gallons you purchase, you get 10 cents off per gallon that you can use. Well, before, I just started doing a thing where you can now save it if you want to save it. You don't have to use it right away. Whereas before, whenever you got it, next time you filled up, it was applied. But now you can save it. So I currently have my 10 cents off per gallon. And I'm going to save it because I heard, at least here, gas could dip below $2 a gallon. So I think I'm going to save it so when it does, I could pay like $1.83 a gallon or something like that. But like I know a couple days ago I filled my car up and the Irving debit pay was $2.13 a gallon. And normally with 17.5 gallons it'd be over $40. But when I filled it up, I ended up stopping at $37.50, which is not bad at all. I'm assuming that was a car dealership at one point in time. Automobile outlet there, whatever. Truck dealership. Peterbilt. Oh, Mac. Maybe they have more than just Mac. I think Kenworth stuff there too. Not any specific truck dealership, I guess. Max, Peterbilts, Freightliners, International. I was gonna say, is that a school? It looks like it is a school. Okay, we'll see if we can find a good spot to stop somewhere up here. I'm gonna go a little bit further. Just gotta do one thing real quick. I was gonna say, that kind of looks like a fire watch tower or something, but I don't think it is. I'm just doing something else real quick, hold on. Or, yeah, bear with me for a moment. Okay. Assuming if we get a little bit further, we may get something that might be a good spot to stop, but I'm gonna keep going like I said for now. We're in Blairs, Virginia. Bojangles. $2.15 for diesel. See, I don't remember what the gas price was in July 2016 here. I feel like it was a little bit more than that. Probably around like what it is right now almost. Although I think maybe we dipped a little bit below 2. I can't remember. Let's keep going. For now, anyways. Like I said, eventually we'll find a good spot to stop. The Business 29 coming up again, it looked like. Somewhere, anyways. Must be this exit up here, I'm assuming. So I think we'll get off if it is. South Danville Expressway. Yeah, we're gonna get off here. Maybe we'll have something, a good spot to stop somewhere up in here. I'm hoping. I should, I think, but we'll see. We'll see what we have when we get up here. No, let's not keep going back and forth. Well, this used to be over here. I wonder if that was part of the US 20 at one point. Could have been. Hard to say. Could have been something completely different too. Like a parking lot or something like that. Interesting. Apparently we can't get back to the other side, so we're stuck on this side. But you know what, that's fine too. Maybe up here is a good spot to stop. No. Road crossing there. Going a bit over from what I wanted, but you know what, that's fine. Maybe once we get into town, though, be a spot we can stop at. Hopefully. Either way, we're gonna be stopping somewhere soon. I know, that's all I'm saying now, isn't it? Is that rumble? Oh. What's going on here? Were there rumble strips at one point here? It's weird. Whatever. 176 there, wow. Still not really getting into town very quickly, are we? Just a little bit of a hill up here. I was thinking maybe it was someplace we could stop, but not really. Not really. What we have going on back here? A little stream or creek or whatever, but really nothing picturesque. Oh, maybe up here? Nope. So let's keep on going. Tank Museum? Huh. Interesting. Seems like we're slowly getting into town. School? No, military place. I was gonna say military place or something, but... South business, so we keep going straight. What's with this sign? No idea. I don't know if there was like a drive-through at one point here or something, or what. Hard to say. Again. Cemetery. Thing I just noticed too is it seems like we're kind of getting out of the more larger hills. It's getting pretty flat now. Danville, Virginia. I was expecting this to be more of like a downtown sort of area, but yeah, we haven't got to it yet. Walmart Neighborhood Market. So is that basically just like a grocery store Walmart sort of thing? Interesting. Well, let's keep moving. I mean, I've been moving still, but whatever. Kind of seems like we're starting to get out of town a little bit now, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I should have found a place to stop before we get into town, but whatever. We're kind of still in a pretty busy area, aren't we? But maybe we're starting to get out of it a little bit, but nope. This keeps going. Actually, now we might be starting to get more into town. I was gonna say, can we go over to this side? And yes, we can. You know what? Might have a good place right up here somewhere. Kind of looking off this direction. I mean, it's more of an urban landscape sort of thing, but I feel like this could be a good place to stop somewhere. I don't know what's going on over here, but you know what? I think this could be a good spot to stop or something. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be our place to stop. So if we finally got a place to stop, it took us what? Oh, we're at 45 minutes already. Yeah, so like 15 extra minutes than I wanted it to be, but whatever. It is what it is, but yeah, anyways, so we've obviously started in... Where did we start? Union Hall, that's right. Union Hall, Virginia. Now we're in Danville, Virginia. I think it's not too much further until we get into North Carolina. So we might get into North Carolina next episode. Yeah, anyways. I think that's just about gonna do it for this episode, though, so hopefully you've enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!